Indiana's current legislative maps are more skewed toward one party, in this case Republicans, than 95% of all legislative maps in the country over the last 50 years. Brandon Smith reports that that's according to a new study commissioned by the group Women4Change Indiana.
Hoosier Republicans typically get between 54 and 59% of the vote in statewide races. George Washington University professor Christopher Warshaw says that should mean that Republicans hold legislative majorities of around 60%.
But instead, the Republicans have 78% of the seats in Congress and almost 80% of the seats in the state Senate.
Indiana has undergone a political shift over the last decade, but Warshaw says those sorts of transitions typically take time when it comes to legislative seats.
But we saw in Indiana was not a long, gradual shift. It was exactly when the new map went into place in 2012 that the level of bias in favor of Republicans, really shifted.
Women4Change Indiana Executive Director Rima Shahid says that should matter to every Hoosier.
No matter what issue you care about, the first step to making change in the state of Indiana is by having fair maps.
Indiana lawmakers will draw new legislative maps later this year, and Shahid says Hoosiers are asking for that process to be open, fair, and competitive. But she says that's not what she expects.
Then they're going to not get better, in my opinion. They might get worse. How much worse can we get?
Indiana Republicans have repeatedly rejected efforts at redistricting reform over the last few years. For Indiana Public Broadcasting, I'm Brandon Smith at the State House.